Greetings, everyone. My name is Kelvin O. Howard Jr., and I'm the Director of Operations of Queens Pride here in the city of New York and the county of Queens. That's right, y'all. It's a Queens thing. Queens Pride was founded in 1992 by current city council member Daniel Drum and other community leaders and organizers in response to the murder of Julio Rivera and other gay men that were being murdered here in the city. And because of our generous sponsors and grassroots donations from community members and supporters like you, we have been able to produce our annual multicultural festival and parade right here in the heart of Jackson Heights. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're going virtual and we cannot take it to the streets. But this too shall pass. And when it does, we will be back on in the streets doing what we do best. And we ask that you continue to support the work that we're doing here at Queens Pride by using the link below. That's right, guys. Use the link below to donate. So on behalf of all of us at Queens Pride, we love you. We thank you. And in the words of one of our current co-chairs and my mentor, Mo George, remember, it's always someone's first pride. Happy 2020 Pride. Use the link below. That's right. You. Use the link. Bye, guys. And thank you for your support.
We have a lot to be proud. We've accomplished a lot in the last 2 months, and we have so much to be proud of, all of us.
We really do. We really do. It has been a crazy year. I mean, before all of this stuff, do you remember last year at Queen's Pride? I was one of the grand marshals.
Yes, I know.
And then I went and did the parade, and then I ran back over to the judges station so I could be with you. So folks, you see me, as I'm touching props and things like my little cocktail. I've got iced tea because I'm Southern. So I made a picture of sweet tea today.
I will say the one benefit of being in the South right now is I had some very good barbecue and sweet tea last night for dinner. And hush puppies and collards and black-eyed peas and the whole thing.
Okay, now I'm jealous. Because I have, for later, I have a little treat. I have some barbecue beef that I did in the slow cooker that I'm going to make some little sliders.
Excellent, as you should.
Because I'm putting on the COVID-19, y'all. You can't see below, but I'm filling out, as they say, because I'm doing a lot of good. Listen, I'm Southern. I cook.
Okay. Good evening. This is the Queens Pride Lions Club. I'm President Lion Oliver, and we were the Grand Marshals last year at 2019's Pride Parade in Queens. Happy Pride Day.
Happy virtual Pride.
From all of us here, we wish you a safe and happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Queens. Happy Pride. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Hello, Queens Pride. This is New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer. Today, we celebrate love, equality, justice, and the diversity of the LGBTQ community. June is always an important moment in the history of New York. The courage and unwavering resolve of the demonstrators during the Stonewall Uprising became the catalyst for the modern LGBTQ rights movement in the United States and around the world. No one should have to live in fear because of who they are and who they love. And that's why we stand loud and proud against homophobia, transphobia, and violence, because it has no place in New York City nor anywhere else today or any day. And even though we cannot be together physically this year, we virtually celebrate the proud legacy of the LGBT community of Queens. And I'd like to congratulate Queens Pride on serving the community and hope we could be together next year in person. But today and every day forward, I want to just wish all of you, friends and constituents from all over the borough, happy Pride.
Happy Pride to everyone celebrating in Queens, the borough of Queens, which could be taken any number of ways. My name is Jimmy Van Bramer, and I'm very, very proud to be one of the 2 openly gay members of the City Council in Queens County, and I am really proud of the Pride Parade and the Pride Committee and all the work that has been done since I first marched in the first parade in 1993 as a student at St. John's University. This parade has changed Queens forever. It has allowed for so much of the progress that has taken place, including the political progress, which culminated, I believe, with the election of myself and Danny Drum on the same day in November of 2009. I'm always reminded of the fact that it took me 10 years to come out of the closet, and when I came out in 1989 at the Gay Youth Group at the AIDS Center of Queens County, it was the best and most important decision of my entire life, probably second only to accepting the marriage proposal from my wonderful husband, Dan Hendrick, who is absolutely adorable. And so I'm also very proud to be an openly gay married council member. And I just want to say that while we can't be together in the way that we're normally together marching down 37th Avenue or 5th Avenue, queer pride lives in each and every one of us. And let's make it the loudest and boldest and proudest Pride Month ever. And regardless of COVID, we're queer, we're here, and we're not going anywhere. So happy Pride, happy Queen's Pride. Love to you all. Thank you.
It's a way for all of the Queens community to just come together, especially for all of the Queens campuses within the CUNY branch. It shows the history of where we used to be. We have come a long way.
It's a way to not only support the community, but to make sure that people know that it's okay to be who you are. This is right, it's not wrong, it's completely 100% okay.
It's so important, at least for me, as someone who works with young queer people, that they have a place where they can express themselves freely and know that they're not alone.
It was really important to me to be here today, to see how many CUNY schools are coming behind and standing behind their LGBT faculty, staff, and students. I think marching through it is like trailblazing and hopefully saving the way for other people.
The Pride parades make us feel like we're in the majority for one day in our life. That's the reason why I think Pride is so important to us. To me, Queen's Pride is better than Christmas.
This is one of the most joyful moments of my year, is to come out to this parade and to see our CUNY students in all of their brilliance, the diverse community that represents our university, that certainly represents our law school, and it's the only community-based march left in the city.
Certainly great to see all of the students here dancing and really excited to be part of Pride. You all hold the power that you need to change the world. Getting involved in your community, that taking that first step is the first step towards having a very significant impact on the people around you, your community, but also New York and the nation.
They've become part of this day in an amazing way that really brings it home to them in a personal way, and they're part of something bigger and better. I'm very proud of them that they're able to express their intersecting identities, their pride in who they are, and they're out here today to share that with everyone else.
Before, we always hid in the shadows, afraid to be ourselves. Now look at us, shining bright, and if we're not afraid to be ourselves unapologetically.
It means so much where we are in this moment to be filled with joy and to celebrate each other. What does it mean in our systems of oppression to be joyful, to be happy, to celebrate each other, to affirm each other's existence, to affirm each other's presence? And it's so important that CUNY is doing this for the students and saying, like, yes, we see you, we are here for you, and we are creating the space that you need and you deserve.
Our neighbors need to see how many of us are really for LGBTQ issues. It's an important thing to come out in the streets and just let them see the numbers.
I think that parades are particularly important. Invisibility is our greatest enemy, and parades make us visible. It makes people understand that we are your family, your friends, and your neighbors, that we are everywhere. Queens Pride is unique in that sense also, because it's a real community-based parade. To have, like 150, 200 CUNY students marching in the Queens Pride Parade, you are saving thousands of lives, because for every kid that's here that's marching, there's probably 5 or 10 who can't be, because they're still afraid to step off into the streets and let people know who they are.
Hi, this is Assemblymember Dendeka, and I'm very happy to be with you to celebrate Queen's Pride virtually. It's been a great experience being associated with Queen's Pride and the Queen's Pride Parade. For many years, long before I was an elected official, I first started to participate in the parade because I wanted to be there for my daughter, who loved who she wanted to love, and many of our family members did not agree with who she loved. And I was there originally just myself. She would ask me, "Dad, why are you in the parade?" And I said, "Because I want to be supportive of you." And then later we got to march together, and it was a beautiful thing. When I first became an elected official, the first bill I co-sponsored when I walked down the hall was marriage equality. I ran into Danny O'Donnell, and I looked at him. I said, "You're Danny O'Donnell." They said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "I'd like to co-sponsor marriage equality." And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Mike Dendeka." He said, "I love you, Mike Dendeka." He said, "Welcome to the Assembly." I got to sit next to Danny when he debated that bill, and finally, upon its passage, I got to watch my daughter get married to the person she loves. We've come a long way, but there's just so much more to do. That's why this year I introduced a bill to remove the question concerning HIV off the life insurance policy applications, because I feel it's discriminatory. It shouldn't be a point anymore. People that check that box are not allowed to get life insurance. And if they do get it, will only get a death policy at an exorbitant rate. I am looking forward to passing that bill. I'm looking forward to continually working with the LGBTQ plus community so that we can do more so that there will never be discrimination in this community or in any other community in my district again. Once again, go Pride, go Queen's Pride. I'm happy to be here and celebrate with you again. I wish we were walking together in the parade, but for now, we'll have to do it this way. So thank you all for being here.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you, and you'd stay.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. Then you love me like you used to do.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Doing the time war, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling.
88 miles per hour!
Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys tripping over themselves to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes in a hunger pang frame. And when you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part aflame. This is not a game.
Oh, great Scott! The encounter could create a time paradox, the results of which could cause a chain reaction that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things we could never do again, but then they'd always seem right. There were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than all your loves in love. Baby, 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 when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, it was gone with the wind, but it's all coming back to me. When you see me like this, and when I see you like that, then we see what we want to see, all coming back to me. The flesh and the fantasies, all coming back to me. I can barely recall, but it's all coming back to me
There's no place like home. Oh, Auntie M, there's no place like home.
So coming up next in our virtual parade floats, we have all the religious groups that march with us every year, and some that are maybe joining us new this year. And I always love seeing these groups come through because it really reflects the amazing diversity we have and we share here in Queens. I mean, I know the parade is right down the street from the Jewish Center, which often has Muslim religious services there. The Unitarian groups march, the Baptist groups march, the Episcopal groups march, the Catholic, the MCC, the Catholic groups march. We have so many amazing groups that march every year in the parade, and I think sometimes the religious gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual groups often get overlooked in the hoopla of pride balloons and bouncing pectoral muscles. But actually, these are some of the founding fathers of the Pride movement, and I can't be more proud to have them join us today.
Yes, let's watch.
Hi, this is Reverend Pat from Metropolitan Community Church of New York.
a church of the LGBTQI and allied communities, open to all. The future is. That's the theme Heritage of Pride chose for this year's Pride celebrations throughout New York City, long before we knew much at all about a viral pandemic called COVID-19. And I, as I'm sure you, have been thinking a lot about the future and what many are lamenting as the loss of what was once normal, and some are referring to as the new normal. For me, normal is not something I've ever aspired to as a queer person, fitting in or being just like everyone else, being like some other unique creation of God. And this is not my first pandemic as a queer community or a city or a world. And so I think it's important for us to remember the lessons we learned around HIV and AIDS and use them to shape our future. Lessons like all life, every life, deserves to be treated equally and justly and with compassion and care. And having that be the reality that begins with me and each and every interaction that I have. So whether it's about leashing my dog in a public park or being the person that calls out the racism of someone else who would set up a black man for a dangerous encounter with police, as happened in Central Park recently, or some kind of disease that affects all of us. All of us have a responsibility to make the future a safer, a more equitable, a more healthy and whole place for all of God's children and all of God's creation. Now, more than ever, the future is literally in our hands. God bless you this Pride season. Join us for Pride Sunday celebrations at 11 a.m. by going to facebook.com/MCCNY. If you'd like more information about the church or if you need some kind of assistance, you can contact me directly at rvpatmccny@aol.com.
Won't stop the beat and go!
Progressive Jewish spirituality in Queens.
Gay USA.
Tori Osborne, the new director of the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, makes her New York debut.
Archie Bunker's hometown hosts its first ever Lesbian and Gay Pride Parade. It's Sunday, June 6th, 1993, and we're out here for the first ever
Queens Gay and Lesbian Pride Parade, Jackson Heights. It's been an interesting day, wouldn't you say?
More than interesting. It's an historic day out here in Queens, and let's go talk to the folks who came out here to watch and march.
My name is Bernard Fortin. I'm from Queens. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I guess you know now.
Oh, I've marched for at least for the last 20 years.
20 years. It was back in 1972, wasn't it?
Somewhere around there, yes.
And you carried a sign that said what?
Parents of gays unite in support of our children.
And there was no organization then, what?
I was the only parent. My son Morty asked me if I would march, and I said, sure.
Every borough, certainly Queens included, has to fight discrimination based on status, and we all have to work together to persuade Albany that there be a civil rights law treating gays and lesbians merely like everyone else, not better, certainly not worse. If other states can have an anti-discrimination law, why not the great progressive state of New York?
Claire Schulman issued a proclamation honoring this day and wouldn't even be willing to be photographed presenting it to us, nor would she allow her liaison to our community to be photographed presenting it to us. And then on top of that, she decided she didn't want to be here.
Assemblymember Glick, how do you feel walking down the boulevard here in Queens?
Well, it's good to come back to the borough of my childhood, and I think it's a terrific day and a terrific showing.
and I think the enthusiasm of the crowd is really terrific. I'm very excited about today.
I would like to tell all the Hispanic parents of gay children to please come out and support their children.
Okay, and what chapter are you a member of?
Project Street Beat, Planned Parenthood of New York City.
Well, you know, this march has provoked a real outburst of things in terms of people trying to paint over the lavender line, people intimidating store owners here who had signs up advertising the event. It's been really raised tensions out here. Yeah. That's why we have officers up on all the rooftops. That's why there's a police helicopter overhead. It's a good thing, though.
Get the kids.
Pretty sad turnout here today, huh?
It's pretty sad these people are marching for perversion.
This is the only number of bigots you could get out here today?
We're not bigots. Even the world's most immoral big. You know, love gay people? I want to see them repent. AIDS is a behavioral disease, not a health disease.
You think gays should be put to death like it says in the Bible?
No, the Bible doesn't say they should be put to death. The Bible says all sinners can...
Read Leviticus. Read Leviticus. A man lie with a man was with a woman is an abomination. They should be
bring death upon themselves with their perversion and AIDS and all kinds of disease like hepatitis B.
Are you gay yourself?
No, I'm not.
The gays, you know, they have to get some freedom too.
Yeah. But do they teach you anything about this in school?
Yeah, a lot.
What do they say about it in school?
That you have to respect them too.
Hi everyone, I'm New York State Senator Jessica Ramos, and though I'm sad that we won't be marching down 37th Avenue this year, I'm glad that the Queens Pride Committee is helping us celebrate Pride inside. Because if there's anything we've learned from the pandemic is that it's more critical than ever to make sure that we are fighting for inclusivity and that we are fighting for progressive policies that are driven by love. So I want to say that I'm thankful to Councilmember Danny Drum, everyone at the Queens Pride Committee who has been working so hard over the past few decades now to build a more inclusive Queens. And I couldn't be prouder to be your neighbor. I think that as an ally, my job in the New York State Senate is to continue to fight for the things that are going to make all of our neighbors' lives better. That means repealing the walking while trans ban. That means decriminalizing sex work. That means getting rid of the gay and trans panic defense. That means we are fighting for a school curriculum that is inclusive of LGBTQ history so that many of our students can see themselves in the history books like it should be. And ultimately, we want to make sure that there is economic empowerment for anyone, especially coming out of this crisis. So I want to make sure that we are reflecting and commemorating and honoring the lives of Julio Rivera and Edgar Garzón this year by thinking about how it is that we're going to continue to fight for a community and a government that really does put people first. All people, no matter how we identify, no matter who we love. Thank you for all of the work that you guys do. You've always been a huge inspiration to me, and we'll continue fighting together in the trenches. Happy Pride, everybody.
Councilmember Nick Miller of the 27th Councilmember District, representing the greater Jamaica and Southeast Queens community. I want to just take the time to just say have a happy Queens Pride Month to all of our Queens residents and all those who would be normally participating. Obviously, because of this COVID-19, that we don't have an opportunity to actually participate in all the activities that Queens Pride would normally engage in, but we want to give you and send a virtual just greetings on behalf of the Jamaica area and thank the Queens Pride for all of their engagement, all of that they have done for the Queens community, and say that we want to continue to work to grow our diversity in the most diverse county in the entire country, but also we want to continue to work on those shared sacrifice and struggles as we move forward. And so it gives me great pleasure to be a partner and an ally with the Queens Pride community. I look forward to working and serving on your behalf. Happy Queens Pride to each and every one.
Hi everyone, my name is Assemblywoman Catalina Cruz. Happy Pride, everyone! I have the honor and the privilege of representing Jackson Heights, where we love you and we see you and we will fight for you. You are not alone. We are your advocates and we are your friends and your family, and we are not going to stand by as they continue to attack our LGBTQI+ family. You have us in Albany, and here at home, we are with you. Today we celebrate, but when this party ends, go out there and fight for each other. And happy Pride, everyone!
Thank you, Catalina. Happy Pride.
Hi everyone, happy Queens Pride. We're sorry that this year we can't march together, but we are here together in spirit. New York Presbyterian Queens has been here for the community before COVID, during COVID, and as we recover together. We can't wait for the day where we would be marching down 37th Avenue again. But for now, we're gonna say, Happy Queens Pride!
Hey Queens Pride, Cheer New York here. We miss cheering with you so much. Every year we love going to Jackson Heights. It is the highlight of the beginning of our June, every single year. We miss you, we want to be with you. Until then, we're going to keep cheering you on virtually, showing you our pride and hoping to give you more spirit. Until then, let's hear it, Queens Pride!
Let's go, Queens Pride!
Queens Pride!
Queens Pride!
Let's hear Jackson Heights!
Come on, Queens! Let's hear Queens Pride! All right, New York!
Y'all know what time it is. You better get up off that wall. Is the bus still running? Patrick, where the monkeys at? What you gonna do when the house go boom? Better give me some elbow room, I say. The runway. Hey, double and double like you own your broom. Is you a good witch or just a bad bitch? You hanging Kansas, no, now let me see you get it. You get it. Dance. Dance the house down, the house down. Second. I need to see ya. Dance. I need to see your hands up. I need to see ya. Dance the house down, the house down.
Hello everyone, hello Queens, and happy Pride. In such an enormous and pivotal moment in our country, I think something that's so important for us to remember is also the radical roots of Pride itself, whether it was Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera's organizing here in Stonewall through today, and the incredible work as we remember the life of Lorena Borjas here in Queens. Pride and the LGBTQ community has always been such an important and pivotal part in the fight for justice here and the creation and establishment of justice in the United States of America. Thank you all again for coming together in this digital celebration and creation of community. And it's so important to know that even now and in this moment, joy is an act of resistance. So please be safe, please enjoy yourselves, please take care of one another, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you shoulder to shoulder in the fight for LGBT equality and broader equality for all in Queens and the United States of America. Bye-bye.
Pride 2020 is a very different celebration. I'm Senator Mike Gianaris, and I've been proud to be an ally of the LGBTQIA community in Queens for years. When I was first elected to the Senate, I replaced a senator who voted against marriage equality, and then proudly cast my vote for it. When I helped secure the largest Democratic Senate advantage in a century and ascended to the leadership of our new majority, I was honored to shepherd legislation like GENDA and the conversion therapy ban to enactment. This year, I looked forward to another celebration of all we have achieved for the queer community, and to organizing around the work we still have ahead. While we do not march in person this year, we continue to march in our hearts and minds. I know it is a matter of time until we all meet again and celebrate together. Until then, please know I will never stop being proud of what we have accomplished and what we will continue to accomplish together. Happy Pride!
Hi everyone, I'm Corey Johnson, Speaker of the New York City Council. I love Pride Month, and I especially love Queens Pride in Jackson Heights. So I'm really excited to welcome you to the first virtual Queens Pride. I know that we will all march down 37th Avenue together sometime soon, not this year, but hopefully next year. But until then, Pride persists as it always has. For me, Pride is about unabashedly being yourself day in and day out. And the spirit of Pride is that whoever you are loved, you are accepted, and you are good enough. When I was 16 years old, I went to my first Pride March. It was in Boston, Massachusetts. I was overcome with a sense of joy and relief that there were other people like me. And in 2020, I think Pride is about looking back on and celebrating our progress and standing up and fighting for each other and those who need our help. Trans women of color are facing epidemic levels of violence. So many of our sisters and brothers are facing severe economic hardship in the wake of this pandemic. So be an ally in 2020. Let us not rest on our laurels of accomplishments. Let us keep pushing forward toward a more just and inclusive city, and let's do it together. I look forward to gathering with all of you and our great LGBTQ community very soon. Happy Pride, happy Queens Pride. Be proud. Let's keep fighting.
Johnny Jackson, iconic. If you live it for the moment.